All set. You're on.
Okay, good evening. Welcome to the public meeting Tuesday, December 7th, 2021 at 7:25. Apologize for being late. We're going to stand to the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very quick, while everybody's standing, this is the 80th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor. Could we have a moment of silence? Thank you.
Thank you. Somebody want to make a motion? We just came out of non-public to seal. Into
I
further
would
notice.
move that the board just came out of a non-public session under RSA 91A 3C, I believe I have that right, and I'd move that we keep all discussions non-public until, or confidential until, in the opinion of the majority of the board, the circumstances no longer apply.
Except to tell the bookkeeper.
Yeah, except to provide for the bookkeeper changes in salary.
Second. Charlie, want to second that?
Second? Oh, I'm sorry.
Second by Charlie. Is Kate with us yet?
Nope.
Okay, so roll call, Matt.
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
Aye. First thing on, why is it so loud tonight, Diane?
Know it.
Town clerk. I'm assuming it's for the fireproof file cabinet?
Yes, so she had brought this to your attention a few meetings ago and was told to come back at the end of the year. So we did some discussion today, and she does have the money in her budget, so she will be choosing something to go through, to buy.
Okay.
So will we have, is this the last meeting of, oh, actually, no. We have
We have
one
the
more meeting.
21st.
Yeah. So we could do it,
Do
like
what?
she could bring us an invoice or whatever
She's
at
got-
the
yeah.
next meeting?
She'll choose the ones she wants, and then she'll probably have to encumber the funds because
Right.
it probably won't be available by the end of the year.
Diane, could you tell if it's over $500?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
yeah.
It's all like,
So
there- she did choose 3 of them. They're on your, if you look on the thing, it'll tell you which ones she gave 4 of them. She had 4 choices. So the
okay.
first one,
That answers my question.
the first one she chose was like $2,718. That's not counting shipping and handling.
And where's that going?
It's replacing the one that got broken
Downstairs?
downstairs. Houses all the old town reports.
Okay.
Vital records, not town reports, vital records.
B, contract renewal, yearly contract for property searches.
Yep, so that you do that every year. Sign that. That's the Saunders searches, where they do the title searches.
Oh, so that just needs a signature?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll pass that around. C, 2022 proposed budgets with the police department.
So did you move to signed?
Oh, can I get a motion to sign?
Make a motion that we sign the contract renewal for property searches.
Second, sorry.
Second by Matt. Any discussion? Charlie?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
I'm an aye.
Do we have no budget books?
Do we have the, oh, we didn't bring the book.
You didn't bring your books?
No, I didn't see them on the
Didn't see it.
table.
They're-
Do you want me to go get them?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If you want to maybe give us the highlights till we get the books.
Borrow your pen?
Sure. Good evening, Board. I don't know if you have it in front of you, if that's what Nancy's going to get.
Mike,
Um,
move up to the
Yeah, I
mic.
can't hear you. Yeah.
Few increases this year in the budget. I'm not sure, do you want me to go down line by line, or?
We did, if the line stayed the same, we didn't require the department head, only if there was an increase.
Okay. On the first one that I increased was under my ammunition budget. I went up $500 because the cost of ammunition has gone up. So that was the reason for the increase on that. Dues and subscriptions, I went up on that, and that's going to help me cover the cost for CALIA. Under the equipment purchases, I also went up on that, and that's so I can buy a new taser next year. In IT consultant support, I went up on that, and that's for Power DMS, which is a computer-based system that I run the CALIA software with. Under radio, like portable radios or cruiser radios, I went up in that because I'm trying to buy a new portable. I tried to buy one this year, and I didn't have enough money in the budget to do that. Under the salary, I won't go through each one of them. There was some step increases on the salary, some contractual increases, so we did that. We did under the detail rate for the town police detail for full-time and for part-time, I went up on that. The reason I went up on that is the detail rate went up.
I didn't see it there. Could you just give us 1 second, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, what line you on now?
I'm on town police detail. That's should be 42-10210. And the reason why that went up, it went up for the full-time and for the part-time. A couple years ago, we increased the detail rate for the officers, so that was never increased previous. So we had a couple different town events with voting and different things, and there wasn't quite enough money to cover that, so I went up on that, on those line items for that. On the training, I went up on that to accommodate training for new officers in the SRO. Travel, I went up on that to accommodate for the CALIA conference that we need to attend, for uniform for new officers in the SRO again. The vehicle lease, that one actually dropped down.
So you went up $105,157.36.
Yeah, and pretty much 90% of that is going to be the step increases and adding money in the budget to fund for a new officer. So that's why it's such a high hit.
For the school resource officer.
Nope, that would be for a new officer for next year. A new full-time officer to add on another full-time officer. The SRO is built into that as well, but that's the money to cover for a new full-time officer.
Okay. So where is the school resource officer, Mike?
He is built in
Line
under
that in.
full-time salary, step increases and full-time officers, he's built in that.
So if this doesn't pass, you go back to your default, so you lose the 2 officers.
Why, it's in, well, if I lose the budget and it goes into a default, I've got to find all the step increases inside my budget, and also part of that 20% coverage will be coming out of my budget as well.
The salary was taken care of and voted on by the board prior to the end of the year. So
Correct.
that's why it would be part of the default.
Correct,
And one of them's contractual.
correct.
So. And with the school resource officer, we do get checks back, one I believe in January
I believe so,
and one in July, I think, if I've got that right.
I believe it is.
So that would go back into the,
General fund.
The general fund.
Don't go to his budget.
right, but we could do that with a warrant article in March. Similar to, in a way, similar to what we do with rental income at 8 Merrimack Road.
So could I get a motion to accept it under draft for the general budget?
Yeah, I would move to accept the draft police department budget for inclusion in the overall town draft budget.
Second.
Second by Kate. Any more discussion? Charlie?
Aye.
Kate?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
I'm an aye. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, did you do your spiel at the non-public?
No,
Did she do it on non-public? Yeah, I think I heard her.
yeah, yeah.
I can do it
You
again.
guys heard her, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was clear as day.
Does she have to do it for this one too?
No,
No, as long as you have it in the record that she's said her piece, that's why she's doing this via Zoom.
Yep,
Okay.
we all understand that.
B, review general government budget, building needs.
So if you look in the little tab, if you go to general government, and you'll see there's a little pink tab.
I'm colorblind, so that doesn't help me, all right?
Well,
Kate?
it's a little
I got
tag that's sticking out on top of your, at the top.
Oh,
Got a little sticker here.
right here.
So those are all the needs. And where Kim and I decided, not decided, but proposed that you might want to take things from.
This is great.
I don't want to bore you guys with my presence. Do you need me for anything else?
What?
You need me for anything else?
You guys want to look at his, does he have one for the police station? If you guys want to look at that real fast, then we can let him go.
Let me just look at the agenda.
So the pocket, you already got some of this stuff done, no? The parking area striped, or is that
We still need
more?
more.
Okay. Outside security.
Yeah, I think one of the things that was a priority for me was, and we talked about it in here, and it's all of 8 Merrimack Road. When they finished the fire station, finished, now the heavy equipment's coming out. Now I think we really need to pave the entirety of it, right? The stuff that was never paved before, because right where your building comes up, right, it's got that
Slope.
sort of slope, and I mean, it's probably not all that great on our vehicles too, going over the potholes and stuff, so that's a priority for me.
So we're just taking these into consideration, right? We're not voting on anything?
Nope.
Okay.
But you know,
I'm
this
good.
is
You guys
what
good with him?
Are they going to
Yeah.
be added to the budget, though?
Well, this is what Kim, if you look on the side, it says funding options.
Yeah, this is great.
So you'll
Great
see
list.
some say global reserve, capital reserve, sorry. Some say the improvement, which is the global,
But this
global
isn't
general government
it's
budget.
not an accurate list, though. The prices are missing.
That's because each time what you've asked us for this, we've asked you to prioritize, and this is what we have. We think the flagpole, for light on the flagpole should be done, hopefully. If not, we'll have that, we'll encumber those funds. The garage door, 2 sensors that are needed. Again, we're hoping to encumber those funds because we think that'll get done as well.
I'd be in favor of adding anything where Kim has said GGB, repairs improvement, so that's the general government building line item. I would be in favor to adding those, and let me make it a motion. I would move to add those to the draft budget as described here, for inclusion in the draft budget, and we can consider that when we complete the proposed budget.
Is that on all of them or just a PD? Because Because the library has some. in town.
Anything that, if you look at the first column, it says GGB,
Right, so library has 2,
general government and buildings.
town hall has 2.
Yeah.
I'll second the motion. Any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so take all the GGBs out and put
Okay.
that in.
And then the capital reserve ones, you don't have to do anything with those, that's
Right.
just,
I don't see the police department on the agenda, so, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Diane, can I have a question? On the GGB improvement, let's say on the police request, I know, so when it's, for example, pavement and parking lot, so that is no estimate yet, or does the $800 above it include?
no, there's no estimate yet.
Okay, that's all. That's what I thought. I wanted to make sure.
So could I move to ask, and it's really not an ask, but ask Diane to get a quote for completion of the 8 Merrimack Road parking lot?
What do you want to complete?
So
'Cause-
the road agent, who happens to be the project manager, has the idea of it, but, you know, you may remember the meeting and Chet was here. Remember Chet came in and was talking to us about, we've repaved in the back for the new fire station, but now we want to kind of match that so that it's graded and everything, and it's got new pavement. So we don't have a ballpark figure as to how much that is going to cost us. So if we had a ballpark figure, we could prioritize it. Do we want to do it this year? Do we want to do it next year? Do we want to never do it? You know, but so I don't think it'd be hard to get a ballpark figure, but that's what I'm talking about, is maybe start with Mike and see what he recommends. So
you're talking just the front area, not the whole thing? Not like around where they really want it, is all the way around the police station and the back of the
I
fire
think
station?
I'm talking all the way
Well,
around.
yeah, do the whole thing.
Both buildings.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a one-time deal.
Matt, what about what's there now? You see the seams that are running down through?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Water gets down through them seams,
Yeah.
and what it does is it lifts up the hot
Yeah.
tub.
Yeah.
So they need that sealer that you put in them seams. That needs to be done.
Yeah.
Should be done ASAP, but
Oh, yeah. So I know, and I'll even, I can reach out to Mike as well and talk to him, because, you know, probably 3 years ago, the board was over there walking the site, and he was talking about what we could do later on. So he knows better than anybody what needs to be done over there. But that's part of it. It's just, if you got to do it right, or
Right.
not do it at all, so.
Sounds good. All right, so that was general government. Any more questions on the general government budget, building needs?
Yeah, just one more. So these are in order of preference as per, for example, each department, right?
yes.
Okay, just want to again make sure, totally get it. Thanks. Great list.
so all we got out of the transfer station was dues or something? They need lights down there, they need the phones, they need
They did not supply us with any information.
I can't hear you, Diane.
They didn't supply us with any
I thought so.
information.
I told him last month, I need a
I did
quote
too.
for the cameras.
Right, I did too. Also, there should be more lighting down there,
Oh, absolutely, about the lighting, especially when it
because
gets
people are
dark.
driving in there through the second gate and dropping off rubbish.
Okay, I'll deal with that Thursday. All right, moving on. C, payroll encumbrances vendor bill for 2021 due December.
So basically, you just want to remind everybody that they need to get their, reread the memo that was sent out to every board, commission, committee, and department head of what the schedule is for this December for encumbrances, payroll, and vendor bills.
So yes, my thing is, it kind of seems to happen every year that Kim sends this out, she outlines the schedule, and then somebody's always coming in at the 11th hour with something. So I think we need to kind of support her in drawing that line in the sand and saying,
I agree.
you know, if you're, what's the date again, the 16th, something like that?
Yes, well, December 16th for the encumbrances.
And
so
then we vote,
That's
the 21st.
12/16 for that? Okay.
yeah.
The other one's 12/21.
She needs paperwork by 12/16. We're voting on December 21st. We don't need to be getting paperwork on December 20th, you know what I
No, they
mean?
should know by now.
Right,
And they should know how it works, too.
yeah.
So,
Just
right,
can't
and then
keep
your
the
final
money.
payroll is 12/18. That would be processed on Monday, December 20th. So they have to have their timesheets to her by 11 a.m. on the 20th.
Yeah, because I like to keep that meeting on the 21st kind of light if we can, only because it's Christmas week. I'm
You
sure
have
you guys
business,
agree.
yeah, I mean, you can try, but you've got business that needs to be tended to, so.
Yeah.
The year end, and then the final vendor manifest bill for 2021 will be processed on December 21st. They need to remit all 2021 bills no later than 6 p.m. Monday, December 20th. Any invoices received after this time will be applied to their 2022 budget.
Correct.
Okay, so
We're going to bypass the EOC update. She's running a little late. COLA warrant article?
I think COLA needs to start in non-public because we're talking about salaries.
Non-public?
you're talking about whether or not you're not talking about salaries, you're talking about whether or not you want to provide a cost of living adjustment.
Right, but we have to look at individual employee salaries before we consider how the COLA adjustment is going to affect everything else. That's my opinion, is we should be talking about it in non-public, and then when we come upstairs, we can talk about what the warrant article would look like and if we want to approve the warrant article. But one thing plus that equals something, right? So the non-public portion has to be considered.
So we'll put that on our next agenda for non-public.
Yeah, hopefully it's a light non-public next time. Never is, but
F, update for facility maintenance job description. Evan's not here. Does anybody else know anything about it?
Nope.
So we're going to put that on hold.
I think what we're looking for is, we still don't have anybody. It's been a month. Snow's going to be coming. We don't have anybody to shovel. We don't know what to do. We can't find anybody.
so we just made an offer of employment to, I won't go into detail
Yep.
here in public, but perhaps that individual, when we extend the offer to them, might consider being a stopgap.
Okay, I'll talk to Pete tomorrow.
Review.
And I am here.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
I am on the phone. I just want you to know whenever you want me.
Who is that?
Tricia.
Oh,
Trisha.
all right, go ahead with your,
Tricia.
go with your update.
Okay, sorry. I got stuck in traffic, so I thought I'd just call in. Okay, so we've got an update on FEMA and COVID-19. So you all know the COVID numbers are rising. We've taken a lot of calls for vaccines and boosters. So as a result of that, EMD Larry Foote has been able to organize a mobile clinic. It's coming to Packer Meadows, and they're going to have all these shots, the Moderna, the Pfizer, and the Johnson, as well as the booster. We're going to Packer Meadows. This is for the Packer Meadows people. However, I know we put it out there that if you need a booster or you need a vaccine, come to Packer Meadows. It's between 9 and 1 on the 18th of December. If we have a whole lot of people and we have to do another one, we will. Unfortunately, the way the state is now doing these clinics, you don't have to register. So we have no idea what to expect, and we'll take people as they come, with Packer Meadows first having priority, and hopefully employees or town hall people, you can also come and kind of wait in line for Packer Meadows to be done. Unfortunately, we have no control over how the state wanted to do that, so it is what it is. In addition, some of you may have got an email. So to do this is, again, FEMA, not ARPA. We've received some checks from FEMA. So I'm going to read kind of what Kim wrote and try to explain it. So the town has received a payment from FEMA that's November 17th, 2021, with the amount of $38,077.50. Out of that, $1,050.30 is a reimbursement for overtime payroll expenses from November 21st, 2020 to February 20th of this year, 2021. Unfortunately, that's how long it's taken us to get our checks. So that's that overlap. The balance of that check is $37,027.20. And that is we're getting paid to use the message board that the EOC owns. And that message board went from November 1st of 2020 to March 13th of 2021. So as a result, the $37,027.20 was deposited into the Emergency Operating Center Capital Reserve Fund, which is where we wanted that sign money to go. That's why we're trying to do these messages on the signboard. In addition to that check, we received another check this year, or December 1st, 2021, in the amount of $55,958.40. This is completely for the message board use, which went from March 14th, 2021 to September 30th, 2021. Right now, Kim says the money is in the main operating account. However, and obviously the selectmen will decide this so that we can get it in the minutes of the meeting, but that money is earmarked, shall I say, for the Emergency Operating Center Capital Reserve Fund, which is all the message board money. This allows, just as an explanation, this money in this ops fund, the Emergency Ops Fund, allows the EOC to operate during local, federal, or state emergencies. The reason we realized this was important, and came as a result of many of our conference calls with legal, is that sometimes we have an emergency. I'll give you an example. A few years back, we had a horrific heat issue where naturally lost a lot of power because everybody, Unitil was off the charts with air conditioners. We had no money in this account. This account really has recently been created. So as a result, it was a local emergency, but we had no way to pay the people to come in to go pick up residents, bring them to either the town hall with the generator, or at the time, it was probably the Central Fire Station, their generator, as a cooling station. So that fund is extremely important to us. So I'm tossing that out there so that we have it in the minutes of the meeting where this is earmarked to go. So I'm going to leave that up to you. And then my last thing is ARPA. So again, I'm in the car. I don't have everything with me, but there should be, I would think, a manifest for payroll. And I think because I missed the last payroll cycle, there might be 6 weeks of payroll there for me. And the only way I'll know is you guys are going to have to look at it. And that's my report right now, other than I want to remind anyone that is involved in the Seabrook drill. It is tomorrow. I've sent out all the information. Larry, Bill Landry, and I have got everything pretty much organized, so we should be prepared. But if you have any questions, call either Larry on his cell or me on mine, and we hope to have a successful drill tomorrow. And that's it.
Thank you, Trish.
Thank you. The only thing I'd add is, so I went online this week trying to get a booster appointment, and
Yep.
it took me I had to go 2 weeks out to get one at CVS. I know that the 11th
Yes.
on Saturday, they're doing that blitz, I guess, which I guess the blitz
Yeah.
is already full. So I would,
Yep.
based on the Facebook posts you put and stuff, I would anticipate a lot of interest you said the 18th at Packer
Right.
Meadows. So you might be, brace for impact, I guess.
I emailed the guy today and changed it from 0 to 50 to 50 to 100.
Okay. I mean, and I agree, I had the same problem, Matt, and so did Jim Doggett and Mary Allen. So hopefully we'll get the town employees taken care of right after Packer Meadows. And I don't know, I guess Larry and I will be in charge of trying to, kind of put people in line. But I completely agree. If you haven't got it and you're in town or you're a staff or an employee, definitely come and let's see what we can do for you.
Because I assume the police chief left, but he might want to be aware of, he might be needing to
I told him
provide.
we needed a
yeah,
detail there.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, good idea. Yep.
Yeah.
So back
Thanks, Larry.
to the check. Who's asking you that we have to vote on for that to go in there?
It's not necessarily a vote. It's because it is earmarked for that account. It's no different, say, than Unitil paying the police department for detail money. It automatically goes into their detail account. But I think for the auditor's perspective, I think Kim wanted, in case she ever gets asked, who told you to put this here, at least if it's in the minutes of the meeting that we discussed this and that's where it was going.
Okay,
So that's what that was about.
all right.
What's the total? I'm just curious.
What?
What is
So
the
we-
total?
So
So
one
the
was
check that we got on
37 something, okay.
Okay, so the one that's already in there, which we got on November 17th, is $37,027.20. The check that we just got a week ago is $55,958.40. And understand that more is coming. As long as we use this for COVID, we get paid every month. So there's still going to be, so this goes till September 30th. There's going to be one from October 31st, November 30th, and then at the end of this month, another one. As long as we are still in a federal emergency, they are paying us for the emergency sign. So that's how that works.
And we already had 21,000 something in there.
So I'm just wondering, I
Right.
mean, that's a big chunk of money. Does it all need to be in that account?
Yeah,
You think you'd be spending all of it?
well, we're not spending it. I can't
We're
spend
not
it unless we
spending
get
it,
board's
yeah.
approval. Well, what do you think it would look good in?
No, I'm just trying to grasp my head around all these numbers and having it be there
It's like
instead of here.
$110,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
good piggy bank.
It's what other towns, again, it's what they're doing. That's why we got these signs. It's for emergencies, and they decided during this particular federal emergency that the towns should get reimbursed so that then they have money in their emergency, in this case, it's the Emergency Ops Trust, I think it's a trust fund, is that what we call it? Wait a minute, I just put down my paper. Good thing I'm not driving, huh? The Emergency Operating Center Capital Reserve Fund, and that's where the towns are putting it so that then they can pull on it. It can be used for any emergency, it can be used for payroll, it can be used for equipment. So are we going to use it? Well, the Board of Selectmen will decide when we use it, but at least it's there if something comes up.
Right, we got an easy place to tap.
Yeah, right. Or not, it depends on the selectmen.
Yeah. Right, depends on what you're going to purchase.
So I have a
We're just
question.
doing what all the other towns have done.
So Trish, I have a question.
Yeah,
This is Diane. So once it goes
Yeah.
into that account, it can only be used for specific purposes, correct?
Yeah, it
Emergency
can be
management
used.
related.
Emergency management, right.
That's it. If
And
it-
you'd have to read that
Right.
whole warrant article that was approved.
So if it were to go into the general fund, could it be used for anything that the Board of
No, it
Select-
can't go into the general
Can't go
fund.
into the
It
general.
ain't gonna go in the general funds.
All right, I think that's the clarification that needs to be stated, is that it has to go into that
Because I think it's
emergency.
in the general fund now,
The
right?
Larry's Bank.
Right, Kim, so Kim has to move it back into
Well,
my
that's what
fund.
she's asking the board.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And that's why I read that it should be deposited into the Emergency Ops Center Capital Reserve Fund, which is where the message board money is supposed to be deposited. So I read that.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
And again, it still needs board approval for expenditure anyway,
Right.
so it's not like
Like
it's
he
an
can
open.
spend it.
Right, it's not like our money,
Right.
me and Tricia, so we can go to Hawaii, which we
Right.
probably should for getting all that money.
well, like it couldn't be spent to
Yeah.
pave something.
Excuse me?
It could not be used to pave the drive,
Hell no.
No, no, no.
okay,
no.
that's,
No,
Okay,
no, no, no.
so basically-
You know what?
Yep.
We work hard for our money, let them go get their own money and their own grants.
So I think what Kim's trying to figure out, it's in the fund balance now, because the checks, that's where they go.
Yeah,
If you wanted to move, you got to move it before the end of this year.
Right.
right, so that's why we voted tonight, well, whatever, voted.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you guys,
But this week.
okay, you guys giving her direction, or?
I thought we already discussed this at a selectmen's meeting, that any money that comes in from that message board goes into
I
that
thought we
account.
did.
Yeah, see, I'm not really sure. I just want to make sure Kim is
Can we have a
satisfied.
motion for the future checks? That whatever checks come in, once Kim pays the bills, the balance goes into that account. She always pays the bills first, and then it goes into, that's why we have over 100,000 in there.
Or we will have with this.
And if we'll leave it by this, talk to Kim tomorrow, Trish, and if she
Yep.
needs a motion, we'll do it on the 21st, but she has the approval to move this 55 in there,
Right.
and then we'll worry about the next check.
Yeah, and I think Kim's usually pretty good about actually giving us a motion, like write it out the way she needs it, and then I'll read that motion on the 21st.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you. G, review sealed bids for IT support, so we only have one, Diane?
well, you have a, that's your new one. You have
Well,
to,
and then we have
have
the
the
other
other one,
company. Okay.
So the current contract expires,
the end of this year, December 31st.
all right, so we do have time to consider this one.
That's up to you.
Urge to go.
Where the hell are they from? Never heard of them. Yeah, but dabba doo ba.
Are we looking for just the bottom line, or?
That's what it is. Hi.
Huh, did they put one in there?
Ah, there. And then there's that.
Oh, you got it to open. How'd you do that? I couldn't get
That
it.
is in there.
This-
So who did you get this bid from?
What?
Who was the bid from?
Oh, Nerds to go. But they didn't put,
There's no number.
there's no nerds, didn't put no number.
The
Unless we're blind,
one from,
there's no figures in there.
Very complicated.
It's a sealed bid.
Wow.
We're not very professional. I wouldn't even entertain it.
Nope.
I
That's
mean, I would, I don't have the last one in front of me,
Was
but I
it-
think it's Armon, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So I would move to accept the previous bid from Armon for IT services for the coming year.
You want to do it for 3 years to keep it at the same rate?
Do we have the escape?
Oh, wait a minute, we do have a number.
Oh, where is it?
No.
Business plan service monthly fee, $51.20. Support of up to 48 computers and 4 servers. And I wish they had done this a little bit differently. Because there's another $2,500 here that I saw.
A lot of information to make a quick judgment.
The, I think I heard Kate second my motion for discussion,
So second by Kate for discussion.
But
but Diane's
That's why
question,
we thought we had no numbers, I
Yeah.
guess.
There
So
were-
the
I can't
question
see
is
the
how many
numbers
years?
where I am.
yeah, because, I mean, You're saying with the 3 years, we lock in the rate for each year.
Correct.
If we do 1 year, we know what the rate is for 1 year. But,
And it's the same as this year.
yeah,
There is an escape clause.
yeah, okay,
is.
so I am going to include the, my motion to include the 3-year proposal with the escape clause.
Second for discussion.
Katie already seconded it.
Oh. Diane, what are we paying now? Do you know?
It's in the I'm-on one that you have there.
Yeah, okay,
Larry
hold on.
has it.
Okay, is that quick, Larry?
Yeah, Matt, you'll have to, someone has to text it to me. It's sealed.
Yep. Can somebody like take a picture of that and text it to Kate or something like that?
It was up there.
And for public record,
No,
you've been
this-
very
the
happy
one
with
they just
Vermont, right?
opened.
Diane?
Onboard technology audit, one-time fee, $2,500.
This was not out there, right, Diane? Because it's a sealed bid.
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
opened it.
the new one isn't out there. I
Yeah.
couldn't put that out there.
Monthly for Armon's $48.60.
Which
Okay,
one do
this
you
is
want, Kate?
51.
All right.
I think she wants
Both.
this one that,
I don't have that one.
there's
so-
only
All
one
right,
copy
so
right now.
any more discussion on,
Can I see that?
which one? Armon?
No, the,
New one.
New one.
He was higher.
Matt, does it,
Good,
is a
okay,
one-time
that's all
fee
I
of
need to know.
2,500?
okay, we're good, we're good,
We're good,
higher.
we're
Yeah.
good.
good.
This is more money, Matt.
All right,
Yeah, that's good.
all
I'm
right,
good.
so we're gonna
And we're
vote.
happy with the service we
Go
have.
3 years.
3 years with the escape clause.
Any more discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
I'm an aye.
The only thing I would add is whenever we have these, this is a general thing, but whenever we have these contractual agreements with an escape clause date, like a specified date, we ought to kind of put these on a calendar. So when we have a meeting, it's kind of like, just so you know, our opportunity to get out of whatever agreement is coming up. Does anybody have any
I
input?
agree, Matt.
Yeah.
Just kind of a calendar,
Yeah,
Because
but
if
we
we
started this
decided to,
process back in September.
I know,
So that's, and it ends in December.
Well,
How
exactly,
many more
yeah.
months do you need?
right, but you know what I'm saying is,
Going forward.
because here's the reality of the situation, and I'm not talking specifically about IT, but I hear people sometimes on the board or not on the board describe issues they might have with a vendor service, and I always tell them, I'm like, well, you should bring that up when it's time. And if we knew when that time was, maybe that stuff could be dealt with rather than just idle chit chat. So.
Yeah.
So the next item is the review draft modifications to the groundwater management zone.
Yeah, this one, the board needs to really take a hard look at it because the management zone is now including some of the houses on Brookside Lane. And it's going to be an increase. I don't think it's going to be that big of an increase, but it is going to be an increase. And I think the board, what the professionals are asking is that the board let them know if you're in agreement with this, with the increase. I mean, we got issues. We have to deal with them. We can't turn the other way. So, but we wanted, because it involves money, we wanted to make sure you guys were all in the loop.
And that's just Gillespie, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
There are people that work for us, yes.
Did you need to see it?
It's every 3 years we do the groundwater management, something like that. But this looked pretty in-depth at one point, and I just thought it should be addressed by the board. If you want to read it and be prepared for the next meeting, we can do it then and include it in the budget. But right now, we don't know.
Basically, Nancy, what they're doing is they're looking for the next piece of property for us to monitor that as well.
Exactly.
That-
Yeah,
and
they've
that's about all of
included
it.
a couple.
I mean, I don't understand all them little figures, but I got the rest of it.
Yeah,
I got the
exactly.
whole rest of it, but
Yep.
When they say ICU, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
They should give us something on the side.
Well, they're the ones with all the
I
knowledge
know it,
and
but
stuff,
it
yeah.
helps us to make a better decision.
He
if we
does
know
do the letter and kind of explains what they're pushing toward. And if you have questions, then certainly they'll answer
So you say we're
those.
gonna put this on the next agenda, review
Yeah,
it between
yeah, as
now
long
and
as you
then?
guys read it and make sure that
Okay.
you are aware of what we're putting ourselves into.
Yep.
Do we have a choice?
Yeah, we really don't have a choice.
Do we have a
but-
choice?
That's
Right.
just it, you don't have a choice.
Right.
Don't have a choice.
But I just want to make sure you're aware.
Okay, J, dragon mosquito permit
I
application.
think we
You
skipped
forgot,
one.
You forgot Selectmen's meeting
H.
schedule. H,
Where's that?
under H.
H.
Oh, sorry.
I can
So
cut
did
to
you
the
guys look
chase
at the schedule?
here.
Yep. It's right
I
here.
would move to accept the 2022 Selectmen's meeting schedule as drafted.
Second.
Second by Charlie, any discussion?
As drafted, are you going to come back and approve it, or?
Come back and
No,
what?
as you drafted it, right? You're the
Oh,
one who
as,
drafted.
oh, okay, now I understand.
Exactly.
I thought you meant it was in
Your
draft
draft.
form.
No, your
Diane,
draft.
we'll change it.
As written, how's that?
As written
Okay.
is much better.
Charlie,
Aye.
Kate,
Aye.
Matt,
Aye.
I'm an aye. Okay,
One of
that's
them's
good.
on my birthday, just so you know. But
No. J, dragon mosquito.
Dragon mosquito permit application now.
This is your yearly application for dragon mosquito to do the normal larviciding and spraying if need be. And it takes a few months to get this processed and approved by the state, so we're starting the permit application again at this time.
Okay. So we need to vote on this?
Can I get a motion to have the chair sign the permit application?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Second.
Second by Charlie. Kate did the motion. Matt?
aye.
Kate?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
I'm an aye, okay.
Town policies.
Town policies.
Should hold that. too.
Review personnel policy?
Shouldn't we do that when Evan's here?
Yeah.
Both of them.
Now, the second one is a retention policy, which Diane, was part of Diane's goal to come up with a retention policy and, you know, how we, the timeline that we have to retain documents for and make sure everybody, so it's a policy that will kind of help all of our department heads. So Diane drafted that up. I don't know if the board's had a chance to look at it, but I think it's a
It's
good
really
thing to put
good.
in place.
The only,
Yeah, it's really good and it's follows state law, so it's good.
off the top, we might want to call it a records retention policy because retention by itself
Yep,
could mean a lot of things.
yep, I agree. That's fine.
Oh, this is just on how long we have to keep everything.
And I know a lot of the other towns have pretty much adopted the same policy.
You say you wanted to change the,
Just add
Just
the
the
word
title.
records.
Records retention policy.
records for each, so you want us to accept it and then just change the title page for
Yeah,
the
we
meeting?
can change the name. You can, yeah.
I mean, I would move to accept it as written, Diane, for
Well, we've all
publication.
had it for a while. Kate, did you look with this with Evan as far as the policy committee?
The two of us haven't gone over it. I mean, it's very technical what Diane did. It looks very good, and honestly, we should all look at it. But I'm not even sure there's anything to disagree with.
I think
You're
this
talking
is
about
the
the retention,
state
the records
guidelines.
retention we're talking about, right?
I think this is the state guidelines. This is
Yeah,
what's in
it
the
looks-
RSA books and
This is
stuff.
what the
Yeah,
state's
so it
saying
looks
you have
good
to
to
do.
me.
That's what I figured, because all the years are in
Yeah,
there.
so it's not a personnel policy that,
Yeah,
Right,
it's different.
okay, so Matt made the motion. Did I get a second?
Second.
Second.
Second by Charlie. So the only discussion is we're gonna change the title page. So
Title.
Kate,
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
I'm an aye. So we're not gonna sign this one? We'll wait?
Right, that's just a
Okay.
draft.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
What about the personnel one? We're gonna wait on that one?
Yeah, we're gonna wait on the personnel one.
It looked good. I just loved, like, I don't know if Diane could do this. If anyone could highlight how it's different from what it was.
I haven't even seen it.
It's not different,
No,
correct?
there's no difference. The
Oh.
The issue was that you needed to discuss how you were paying part-time employees when there was a holiday like a
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
thank you.
So correct me if I'm
Yeah, that was
wrong.
all there.
Correct
We
me
should
if
all
I'm
be
wrong, and my memory might be bad, but when this same issue came up in the summer, what happened is the personnel, or the policy committee was going to take this policy and recommend changes to it and bring it back to us.
That's what I thought,
Is that correct?
and it didn't happen.
And it hasn't happened yet.
That's correct, it has not happened.
So my whole thing with this is, it obviously revolves around the transfer station. They got hit hard this year. They had Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, July 4th, Thanksgiving, now they're gonna have Christmas. So they're gonna have 5 days that they have to stay home and not get paid. I just don't think it's right, because if they were scheduled, the only thing we're looking for is if they're scheduled to work, they should get paid because we're closed, it's a federal holiday. We're not asking to pay everybody.
Right.
Just those that are scheduled to work that Thursday, that Saturday, that Tuesday, whatever day. If it's on a Monday, nothing. Wednesday, nothing. Friday, nothing. It's just those 5 holidays, they got hit very hard this year, that they lost 5 days' pay. So the other option I told them was, well, we'll make you come to work, and then the residents will look at us like we're, you know what?
Well, I think
Did
what was suggested before is that they pick another day when they're close to the public, if they want to clean or paint or whatever they
Why
want to do.
can't we just pay them? It's a federal holiday.
So
And that's the policy we want changed.
So the policy specifically, this is what the policy says, okay?
Here.
And by the way, I don't think it's a they, right?
It's what?
I don't think it's a they you're talking about.
Is it they?
You just said they.
Well, I think it
Because-
only affects the transfer
So it
station.
says eligibility. So this is
How does work?
eligibility for holiday and PTO pay, okay? It says individuals who work 12 or more consecutive months on a predetermined schedule of 25 or more hours per week who are paid on an hourly basis are eligible for PTO and holiday, bereavement and that stuff. So if you are under that 25-hour threshold, and this has been a policy for as long as I've been here, because I don't think I had anything to do with this policy. I could be wrong.
No.
So if you're under 25 hours, then you're not eligible to participate in holiday, PTO, bereavement, and that stuff. So how many people are we talking about?
Whoever, 2 or 3? Because I know you pointed out back, but if you're working, like, I'm going to say planning board, zoning board, they have the more flexibility to say if Thursday's a holiday, I can go in on Wednesday. What they don't, or, I mean, it's just,
But I'm just thinking, you've got to be consistent. You can't do
Yep,
for one and not the other, because then that's,
so, all right, so I
Gonna
mean,
cause
I don't know
an
if I could throw out names, so we'll say the administrative assistant for the planning board, does he have a set schedule? Is he here on Thursdays
Yes.
for, what, 4 hours or whatever?
No, he's here usually for at least,
7, 6, 7.
6 or 7 hours every Thursday?
yep.
Yeah.
So then he would come in with that, in with what we're trying to do. We're talking 3, 4 people. And I just think it's not fair that we send these people home with no pay, and it's a major holiday, and it's not right.
I mean, if we're talking about changing this as a retention step, right? Not records retention, but
Retention of
of
employees.
employees. I mean, that's fine, but you've got to change the policy. You have to make sure the policy
Well, I
fits
thought we asked,
not just one department, but everybody in town. So in other words,
but again, long as they're scheduled. So you have some employees that can work up to, say, I'm gonna say Trish, she can work up to whatever, say 10 hours a week. Well, I don't want you, because Thursday's a holiday, you're gonna pick Thursday this week, and I'm gonna end up paying you for staying home. So if their scheduled routine for the year is to work Thursday, or whatever day that, or Monday, if the holiday's on a Monday, I don't have an issue with that. But if you don't normally work Mondays, and then all of a sudden you're gonna work Monday because it's a holiday, we're not gonna pay you.
yeah, but I'm cool if
But that's,
if
Kate,
the
if
policy
you can work
committee
on that
wants
with
to.
Evan, try to straighten that out by the next meeting.
Just looking, like as I'm looking now at our current policy, right? I'm not sure how, okay, so the people you're discussing, the guys of, excuse me, how many hours a week it's gonna be hard to come up with something uniformly. I'm not sure how, looking at just what I see now, but we can talk about it. I mean, unless you follow a
You're
different
talking about a
policy
new
for transfer.
threshold. So there has to be a threshold. You're talking about a new threshold, I think is
Yeah,
what
the
you're
town of
saying.
Newton observes 10
Right now,
holidays.
it's 25.
So can it
Well,
say that
there's no-
any employee who is scheduled to work during a federal holiday will be paid for that day off?
So
if we
then
put
you're
it as-
saying it does, if they're not, so not just right now, it's regular part-time and full-time employees, but now everybody?
We're not
Police-
talking a lot of people.
Police department has a lot of part-time employees.
Yeah.
Do they work every Thursday or every Wednesday
I'm
or every
just-
Tuesday?
I don't know what the schedule is. I'm just saying, Larry, you just
would they-
have to look at the big picture.
And they, would
Well,
they be
you know what, we're
sched-
gonna open a transfer station then, and we're gonna look like idiots. You have to
gonna
work
do
on
that.
Christmas, you have to work on Thanksgiving.
We're not saying that.
Yeah, you
We're
are.
just saying you need to fix the policy, as Matt said. And you gotta be consistent with you gotta look at all
So
the departments.
let me read this line again, okay? So the eligibility line says individuals who work 12 or more consecutive months on a predetermined schedule of 25 or more hours per week. The people you're talking about work under 25 hours.
Correct.
Okay? So what's your new threshold? If you want to include them, is it now 20? Is it 15? Is it 10? Is it 5?
Well, I think what he's trying to say, Matt, is get rid of the 25 hours. And if you are scheduled to work on that holiday, scheduled now, that you would get paid. If you're not scheduled to work on that day, then you don't get
So
paid.
you take,
Right, but that's already written in the policy. What happens is you
Right,
don't
but
trigger the
you-
policy until you're at 25 hours.
Right.
So pick a new
so there's a
number.
couple that are 16, right? 16?
Huh?
16 hours.
Yeah.
But they vary. You know, some work weekends, some work during the week.
No, but if you wanted to say predetermined schedule of 10 or more hours a week, you would cover them.
Yes, you would, Larry, you'd cover that. But,
And that would also give them PTO time.
And you wouldn't
But,
be,
I mean,
well, that's the,
typically, most companies will not give you
Gotta look
benefits
at the big
unless you
picture.
work so many hours. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
In most companies, the benefits come with the more hours you work
I mean,
and
yeah.
how long you've been there.
I know it's nice to try and help them, but you open one can of worms, you're gonna have a whole bunch of others that you're not even aware of yet.
By who? If the police department's not scheduled to work, or the fire department,
But you don't know that for a fact, and neither do I. That's what I'm saying. It
no,
needs to be
because
looked at.
different schedules. So police and fire, they look at the monthly schedule and they say, I'm gonna work here, 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 and here.
right.
These guys are already scheduled to work every Thursday, or every Saturday, or every Sunday, or every Tuesday, correct?
Yep.
Their schedule's done how long in advance?
Say that again?
Their schedule is done how long in advance?
I would say probably,
For the year?
No.
no,
No.
no. I would say it goes on a case-by-case basis because,
So if employee A works every Thursday, employee B works every Tuesday. And if the holiday falls on a Tuesday or Thursday, they should get paid. If employee fire A and B, police officer B, wants to put in for next Thursday because it's Thanksgiving, well, he can work that. But if he works Monday or Tuesday, he's not going to get paid. It's totally different. I can't see why you can't see how this works out.
I'm not
wait.
saying I
I
don't
just want to make
see
this
it.
clear. So you want a part-time employee who does not come in on a holiday that they're scheduled to work on to be paid.
So if they're scheduled to work on a Thursday and a Thursday happens to be a
It's a
holiday,
federal holiday.
they should get paid. Like, so, Kate.
There's no
they-
company I know who does that for
they-
part-time employees.
Some of those guys lost five days of pay this year. Veterans Day was on a work day. Thanksgiving, 4th of July,
Christmas
and
is.
Christmas is coming on a Saturday. So those employees have to lose 8 hours pay. Now, any other employee in the town who works those days chose to work those days. So therefore, they shouldn't be entitled for the payment. But the other employees who have to work, excuse me, who are scheduled to work, are working that Saturday 12 months in a row. They're working that Thursday 12 months in a row. And they're getting penalized for that one that falls on the holiday that we're not going to pay them.
Right.
So maybe what we need is a new policy, something else in this policy for just holiday, for for just part-time employees.
Right, so we're
Doesn't
not
say
saying,
regular.
we're not saying if Joe, who this week doesn't normally work Thursdays and next Thursday's a holiday, he can't sign up for that. We're not going to pay him. But if Bill, who works consistently on Thursdays and it's a holiday, Bill should get paid.
It just comes back to what we were saying a few minutes ago. The policy committee has to sit down.
Right, and I thought
and
we
write
asked
this
him to
up.
do it, so hopefully,
Yeah.
okay, if we can work on that with Evan, I'll be glad to work with you guys, but we can only have 2 do it at a time.
And it just needs to make sure that, it's a tool that fits everybody. It's not just specifically for a small group. It's going to be usable, because if you do it the wrong way, then there's another department that'll be here next year saying, oh, the way you wrote it. So you need to make sure whoever's going to be affected by it, it's going to work. So
You know what else you could do? Was suggested is you just cover this in the individual contracts of employees in certain departments, and you don't have to make it a blanket thing.
we don't have contracts.
You don't have contracts.
Actually, 2 contracts.
Or
Yeah,
there's no paperwork.
basically.
We could create some. Just a thought.
We have minutes.
Another way to do it.
All right, moving on.
So the policy committee will hopefully write something up.
Hopefully, yeah. I'll get a hold of Evan. I wanted to talk to him tonight, but I'll give him a call tomorrow. 2021 town report cover and dedication.
I don't think we should let it out of the bag.
Okay.
Yep.
But it's
Resignation, Kim Louthier.
Would you like me to read that?
Sure, please.
I got it right here.
Oh, okay.
Dear Bill, please accept this letter as a notice of my resignation from the JLMC position, effective December 1st, 2021. I will submit my final timesheet this week. I have accepted a full-time employment as an elementary school teacher and will no longer be available. If at any time I can be of assistance, please let me know, as my new schedule does not allow for time off throughout the year and during the summer months. Take great care, and thank you very much for the opportunity to work with you at the Newton Town Hall. Kim Loeffner.
Thank you, Kim, for all your work.
Yes, thank you.
Wishing you luck in your new teacher's position.
Do they need a motion to accept? the
I
resignation?
would move to accept the resignation with our thanks.
Oh, no.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Charlie. Any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
I'm an aye. Do you want us to read this other letter from Chief Alcadino? No? Okay.
I don't, but
Okay.
I just put it there in case you needed it.
Okay. Do you gonna
Chairman,
deal with that
could I-
tomorrow?
Could I talk for a minute?
Yeah.
Trish is,
Trish has this.
Oh, good.
Sorry, I just have a question, or maybe a comment. Get myself off speaker so I don't get in trouble here. So I listened to what you were talking about of the personnel policy. I just want to throw this out there. Legal and CDC is saying we really should have a personnel policy that includes COVID and how we are going to pay people that contract COVID during work, not because they went to a party or they went to Disney and got COVID. So I'm tossing that out there because it sounds like the Personnel Committee is going to be working on something. If you need me to get you recommendations from either NHMA or what legal is telling us to do, we've got to come up with something to be consistent. We've already had one issue that got really sticky. So it would be great if you guys had something actually in writing that we could give to a department head and say, here's how we're handling this. That's my first comment. And my second thing is, I kind of missed when you were talking about the maintenance person, but I did want to let you know when and if we ever get one, I didn't hear if we had one or not. If part of their job or part of the job should be sanitation in the building, not sanitation, that's the wrong word, disinfecting for COVID. And like we did before, we had Tony write on his time card when it was COVID related. The feds or FEMA is saying that if we do that, if it's just COVID related, we can put in that amount of payroll and get reimbursed 75%. So as you're looking for whoever it is that's going to do this job, it's kind of been lost, and I don't know what's happening in our buildings now without anybody there, but it certainly is something we should think about. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, I bet you I bet you Primex could help with that policy part. Like, I'm sure they
Okay,
have some sort of language.
Absolutely.
Not gonna
Yep,
read that.
absolutely.
Other business.
Manifest.
No, other business.
Hold on there, buddy. Okay, we could do other business,
There
I'm
you
sorry.
go. I knew I was right.
Does anybody have?
I have something on other business that I'd like to inform the public.
Matt.
The fire chief has applied for a $350,000 grant for a new ambulance. And he also has applied for a grant between $275,000 and $325,000.
Thank you.
Which is for new radios, and 5 towns are included in that. And he would need $15,000 for a grant match. EOC has gone after a grant for $50,000 for a power stretcher for the ambulance. And,
But we didn't start that yet.
well, he told me to mention that.
Okay.
Oh, and also, he received a grant for $1,500 for the forestry, and then he received another $8,500 grant. And do you know what that one's for, Larry?
Which one?
The $8,500. I forgot, and I didn't write it
Was it
down.
for a tick camera, maybe?
Oh, the imaging camera.
The image, yeah, the
Yeah,
thermal imaging camera.
And he's already got that.
Okay.
So he just wanted everybody to know what was going on.
Now we'll go to manifest. Do you have a list? I got it right here.
Signed manifest dated December 7th, 2021, in the amount of $625,747.16, of which $524,189 goes towards the Rockingham County payment.
I'll second for discussion, so it's the Rockingham County
Yep.
taxpayer?
Yeah, it's a county tax.
Okay, yep, so I'm still a second.
Second by Matt, any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
I'm an aye.
Okay, signed cable vendor manifest dated December 7th, 2021, in the amount of $5,706.73.
Second.
Second by Matt, any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
I'm an aye.
Signed highway construction revolving fund vendor manifest dated December 7th, 2021, in the amount of $62,811.02.
Second.
Second by Matt, any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
I'm an aye.
Signed payroll special detail vendor manifest dated December 7th, 2021, in the amount of $645.39.
Second.
Second by Matt, any discussion? Charlie?
Aye.
Kate?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
I'm
That
an
was
aye.
the police special detail, right?
Yeah, please. Signed payroll manifest for pay period November 21, December 4th, 2021, with a pay date of December 9th, 2021, which includes $493.29 towards the ARPA administrative cost.
That's the ARPA funds.
ARPA fund.
Second.
Second by Matt. Any discussion? Kate?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Charlie?
Aye.
I'm an aye. Okay, so I need approval for minutes for non-public and public dated November 16, 2021.
Second.
Second by Charlie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion for Selectmen's public meeting minutes dated November 18th and December 1st, 2021.
Second.
Second by Charlie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 And review non-public session minutes for
Unsealing.
unsealing.
Yeah, I don't have any reason
Okay.
to,
Is that it?
That's it.
So you're going to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.